Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus here again. And I am so glad I get this opportunity to make this post for you. I want to thank those of you who have stopped by here. And I ask that you hold on for just a moment. I'll try to make it worth your while. Every day I'm getting stuff that's good for me, good for us, and I share it with you. I'm listening to the social media and I'm listening to all of these guys who got their stations on YouTube or Facebook, and a lot of them are aware of what's going on. A lot of them act like they aren't. A lot of them aren't. The thing that bothers me, though, as time passes, is the response to it. Uh, Especially those who really know what's going on when it comes down to that portion of our society that caught us off guard, we say, and caught us a little by surprise. We find ourselves so pissed at them for what they've done, so pissed at them for turning their back on what we had considered as a brotherhood, what we had considered as a nationhood, turning their backs on it, being led by somebody with some old evil concoction to want to destroy this thing, ready to tear down the people, have so much hate you're willing to just murder and kill people. I mean, it just blows our mind. And so when we see these guys who really set up before the nation, I guess they had it in their hearts all along, but now they stand before the nation and say these things, and to witness others who look at that. And I hear these guys so disgusted. Like, for instance, ex-President Donald Trump. People hate him with a passion. I watch commentators playing a video or something of his lies, and it's so disgusting to them as they try to articulate the message to the public that's watching them. But they show so much disgust and so much disdain for this man, till all of a sudden it makes it seem as if you can't tell the difference between the two. One in their lies, and another for their disgust. It's almost like a relationship. You got two people involved in a relationship. You can get angry with one another, start saying some things. But if you're trying to say that the one who can say the worst thing is the victor, or the one who can be the ugliest is the victor, and you accept that premise, then somebody says something ugly about you, you got to say something worse. And once you do that, they got to say something worse. But somewhere down the line, somebody got to stop. Somebody got to have some decency. Somebody has got to say, I'm not going down that hole. You can go where you want to go in describing me, but I'm not going to go any lower than what I have gone. In fact, I ought to apologize for this. Now, see, somebody got to stop. So I'm saying, when you start going at these other guys, I don't care how much you hate them, but you got to stop. You got to stop doing that, because that doesn't change anything. Everybody else know what they did. And if you keep on attacking them the way you are attacking them, then the people who are trying to make up their mind don't really see a difference between what's going on. So they still confused. But it's made and designed that way. Ladies and gentlemen, some time ago, maybe 38 years ago, maybe, maybe 35, somewhere, I ran for president of the United States. Why did I run? Because I am the man who got an answer to each of your prayers. If you want the good things of life, if you want a heavenly type of life, I'm the man that, and I had it back then. I was about 38 years old, something like that, or whatever. And nobody heard it. I didn't try to get any support. I didn't run as a Republican or a Democrat. They don't represent these kinds of things. I thought maybe the church might run after it, but I found out that the church really not supporting these kinds of things. They got their own agenda. And so I've done that effort several times, and each time I had to run as a write-in, and it was okay. I was just hoping that one day somebody would wake up. Anyway, long time ago, I produced a sign. Can you read it? The words are backwards, perhaps, but what it says is that your government, your church, and your family hates you, so they bury God. Now, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound complimentary. But in reality, I listed it. We say that our family is supposed to be number one. Well, and it is while we're growing up, until we learn that government has taken that place. So government is number one. Then, and what does government take number one? Not just over you, but the church as well. In fact, there's a struggle going on between the church and the family. But the truth of the matter is that every last one of them have failed you. And I can say that because I came with a message that your prayers that you've been praying for. I used to be a pulpit preacher. And you used to come to me and say, brother, could you pray to God for me for this and that and this and that? And at the same time, I would listen to you give your testimonies about what you thank God for, usually for waking you up. Usually if you got good health, you're thanking for that. If you got a job, you're thanking for that. You know how you're thinking. But you're still missing something. And so you come to the preacher and say, would you pray for this? And I have been honest with you. I've prayed. I've gone to God. And I've watched God not answer your prayers. And I've asked God, what's up? And I got a message from God. Tell the people, the answer is in their hands. You want what you're asking for, you got the ability to do it. Only thing, in order to do it, you got to have faith. Faith in me that I will provide what I said I would do. Plain and simple. So I got up and said, okay, let me run for president of the United States. I got to convert the whole nation, because the whole nation does not understand that at all. So ladies and gentlemen, let me give you some idea of how it is done. And I want you to listen well. Nothing created belongs to another unless it is given. Now, all the resources of the earth are created and given to be used by all that can use it, have a desire to use it, want to use it. That's a given fact. Now, humans, let me back up. I don't think you got what I just said. I just said that all the resources of the earth, everything that we use to do all the things that we have done, belongs to God. I don't care whose name is on it. I don't care if your name is on it. I don't care what corporation's name is on it. I don't care whose name is on it, what nation's name on it. It belongs to God. And what was it designed for? It was designed for all of the people on the earth then and all of the people that exist on the earth between time until the end of time. That's what it was made and designed for. That's a fact. That's a truth. How many of you believe it? Well, now humans have the gift of imagination. They can see what does not exist. And they can exercise additional gifts and themselves create a manifestation for the purpose of giving to one another that which meets the needs of survival, that which includes, but not only, not limited, not only to food. Now, when I say food, I'm talking about the best of food. I'm not talking about foods that's insecticide and other chemicals has messed up and going to tear your body down. I'm not talking about that kind of stuff. I'm talking about the best of foods. Why? Because it is in the interest of everybody involved, everybody that's eating, and everybody that's enjoying the rest of life, to make sure that everybody got good food, best food. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about clothing and shelter. I'm not just talking about some old shacks. I'm not talking about some old shotgun houses. I'm not talking about some tents, unless that's what you desire. You can live in a cage if that's what you desire. But I'm saying that if you want to live in what you might call a mansion, and a mansion could be just one room, you see, as long as you're satisfied, nobody else is upset, because it's beautiful and it's magnificent and it's divine. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about education, unlimited and unrestricted. That means education from the time you start coming into the earth, listening to your parents, listening to what you're exposed to, going through school and staying, being available out there until you are satisfied that you are the best that you can be in what you have been given to do, my friends, and it's unlimited, where if you need to come back later, you can come back. That's what kind of education I'm talking about. I'm not talking about this bull. I'm not talking about people rewriting history to say what they wanted to say. I'm talking about dealing with reality, dealing with the truth. Hey, baby. Why? Because it's in the interest of everybody to deal with truth. I'm talking about health care. Health care from the womb to the tomb. That's how it's supposed to be. I mean, if any diseases pop up on you, that imagination gets to work. The energies of the bodies come together, and that vaccine they got is nothing compared to what we can do for any sickness, any disease, to combat it, to make sure that we are protected from any invasion. You see what I'm saying? That is what we're talking about. Now, this is just mentioning a few of the things. Now, addressing the concerns of one another, it serves as a prescription. Let me say it again. Addressing the concerns of one another serves as a prescription for peace. For peace. Peace with yourself. Peace within your family. Peace within your community. Peace within your faith. Peace within your system of existence, your system of government. Not only that, it gives you prosperity, freedom to be who and what you are, what you came to do. And that in itself is a dream fulfilled. Everyone participates. They participate in the process of the life they enjoy. By what? Choosing a career that gives you your greatest joy in exercising, so that you, through that exercising, can participate in the creative process to have a manifestation of that which I just named: food, clothing, shelter, education, healthcare, and infrastructure, and anything that your imagination can take you to. It was designed that way, my friends. You know? You see, all things created by them, I'm talking about you, the people, belong to all of you, as does the air you breathe. People can't put a price on air. I mean, air and oxygen is just there. I mean, they try. You go to put some air in your tire, on your car, they got a machine over there charging you. And other kinds of times you need air, they got some machine. They're going to charge you. But not of this for which I speak to you about. You see, this is the design. You haven't heard this. This is the design. The earth feeds off itself to maintain itself, its obligation to itself. This is by design, as is the human. Likewise, feeds off itself, maintains itself. That was kind of hard to say. Obligation